Everything is your fault. No, I didn't stutter. Actually, I just did there. But okay, so this is a video that's just straight off the top of my dome. I just went through. I just had to sit down, decide to press record, and to speak what's on my mind. And everything is your fault. And the reason why is because if you're not taking accountability for every single thing that you have control over, then all you are is a victim to the outcome. Let me tell you a quick story. So I was playing a little men's league basketball today, and we were getting blown out. Like they had five players that were they could all hoop a little bit. You know what I mean? They probably shot. They scored like 130 on us to our like no like 120 to our like 91, and these guys probably shot 70% from the 3 pointer. And mind you, my team only had five players, and with only having five players, we had no subs, and we didn't have the most, you know what I mean? We didn't have full time hoopers on our team. So we got this full team of six. They have some six, 7 guys. They strapping it from deep versus us, and we're just some, you know what I mean, good Christian man. So needless to say, we lost by a lot, and obviously I was very frustrated. It's hard dealing with situations in which you felt as if it was the outcome was unavoidable. But how does that help me? How can I go out from that experience and be like, wow, I'm a better person because I experienced that? If I decide to blame the cards that were dealt, be like, oh, the dealer should have shuffled better, then what am I reducing myself to? Like, what type of person is that? What kind of person am I carving myself into? So it's just something I've been thinking about recently, and another story I have for you. So once upon a time there was a fox, and this fox was convinced that nothing was ever his fault. If berries went missing, bad harvest. If the trap snapped too early, faulty design. If he stumbled and slipped into the river, oh, the rocks were too slippery. The fox had an excuse for everything, and he wore them like medals. On the other side of the forest, though, there lived a monkey. Older, quieter, not flashy, but when something went wrong, he would say three simple words: "That's on me." If he misjudged a branch and fell, "I moved too fast." If he forgot to store enough food before winter, "I didn't prepare." If he upset somebody, "I could have listened better." The other animals didn't always like hearing the monkey admit fault. It made them uncomfortable. It forced them to look inward and look at themselves. But something interesting began to happen over time. Because the fox blamed everything else, he never changed. When winter came and he hadn't stored food, he called it unpredictable weather. When friendships faded, he called the others too sensitive. When his hunt failed, he blamed bad luck. And year after year, his life stayed exactly the same. He became clever at avoiding responsibility, but poor at improving. The monkey, on the other hand, grew and developed. Every mistake became a lesson. Every failure became information. Every conflict became growth. By taking accountability, even when it hurt, he sharpened his instincts, strengthened his relationships, and prepared better for each coming season. So the animals began to trust him more, not because he was perfect, but because he was honest. Now, one winter, a harsh winter hit the forest. The fox again had no food, and he blamed the cold, per usual. The monkey had prepared, but when he saw the fox shivering and hungry, he shared his stored fruit. The fox took it without gratitude. He ate and said, "You're lucky you had better trees." The monkey simply smiled. No, he said gently. I climbed them earlier. The lesson. Blame feels good in the moment. It protects your ego. It keeps your pride warm. But accountability builds something stronger than pride. It builds power. Because when everything is someone else's fault, you are powerless. But when you say, that's on me, you take control of your future. And in the quiet of the forest, the wise monkey slept peacefully. The fox stayed awake, still wondering why nothing's ever changed. And that story just goes to show you guys like the difference in individuals, like how their perspective can shape their life. And it's a story that's really resonated with me over through time, because really, regardless of the situation and circumstances that you find yourself in, there is generally always something that you can take accountability for and you could have done differently to have a better result. And once you shift your mindset and your mentality from always looking for the things to blame to looking for something to improve at, that's when you will start to see true change. This is just something that's been on my mind recently. If this has resonated with you, please subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. Like the video, send it to your homie who's always blaming something. This is E. Be smooth.